Yo, what's up, baby? Free game, baby. No, stop. Hey, I'm gonna do a live video. No, you can't come up here. Go sit on your table. Look, I got my table. You sit on your table. What's up, man? Y'all ready for this free game, baby? You understand what I'm saying, man? Hey, ain't nothing you could buy, baby. This that free game. You understand? You're silly. No, you can't sit with me. Go sit down, cuz. Free game, cuz. Hey, if you out here doing music, blood, then they ain't gotta go no further. You know what I'm saying? Like we got it all for you. You understand what I'm saying? Come on in here, man. Free game, baby. It's that free game. It's that free game, baby. Yo, man. First and foremost, you know what I'm saying, man. Ask your questions. If you want to ask some questions, man, seasoned music executive right here. You understand what I'm saying? I don't even look at myself like that, but at the end of the day, that's who I am. You know what I mean? I'm a seasoned in this thing. You know what I'm saying? What you need, man, I got you. Why did everybody get off? Dang, bro, y'all don't want no game, man. Y'all want to ask for that free game, baby? Come on, man. Come up in here and get this free game, man, because it's free, baby. Come up here and get this free game because it's free, baby. You understand what I'm saying? Yo, come up in here and get this free game, man. I'm about to give it to you live and direct. You understand? From the bat cave, baby. Come up in here, man. Gang, 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 gang. Gang, 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 gang. Come up in here, man. We talking about the free game. If you in music, man, this what you shouldn't do. And this what I learned over the years. You know what I'm saying? This ain't nothing you can just recreate. You gotta live it. Ain't nothing beating experience. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing beating experience. Let me tell you why I'm talking about this. I'll preface it why I'm on here talking crazy. What's up with you, baby? So I had a good talk with one of the dudes that I manage, Drew Ava, and we check in with each other every week. But we got into a really long conversation about just music and about stuff, right? And I didn't even think that I didn't know that we would talk for so long about it. But it's funny, when we ended up talking about it, we talked about a lot, and I speak from experience, man. Like, I've been doing this for 10 plus years. I've been doing it in the secular music game, and it's cool because, people say it all the time, right? But I don't even look at it like numbers, and someone can come in this thing, you could technically learn certain things pretty quick, but just in my time, I've definitely, in my time, definitely have learned a lot, right? But I'm talking to Drew, and I've done a lot. I did it on a secular end, where the sole pursuit was money, right? I've done this, obviously, in the kingdom, and there are business attributes a part of what we do, right? But, I don't know, man. I just felt led to get on here and just drop some knowledge, man, because there's a lot of things people do that they don't got to do. They don't need to do, right? So first and foremost, I think a big one, a big myth, a big misconception is that you need to get signed to a label. I'll say this. I think one of the last things you as an artist need to do is to care about what any label has to say or can potentially do for you. That's the last thing you should be worried about. Because even if you were that type of artist, right, that gained the interest of a big time label, okay, let's just say there's a few of you out there. There's a few of you that ain't gonna, what's up, sister? There's a few of you that will never see that, right? And that's okay, because this is where my point is going, and I'll make my point very clear at the end of this video. Even for notable artists, the label situation only works for certain people, okay? So first and foremost, you only have a few labels, a few very big notable labels. Capitol, Universal, RCA, Sony, to name a few. Okay. There are sub labels. You've heard of these labels. You know, like, what is it? The one big one, QC Records or something like that. And the 300. Those are sub labels that are partnered with the bigger labels anyway. So there's only a few big labels, right? That just makes the odds in your favor very little when it comes to working with any major company, right? Because that the majority of the deals are going to be 360 deals, which means they're going to get a little bit of everything you got, right? They're going to get a little bit of your merchandise. They're going to get a little bit of your booking money. They're going to get they're going to get majority of your royalty money. Now, the thing with the music sales, this is why a label should never be a goal for none of you guys. The only thing a label can do is give you money, okay? They can give you their connections. They can give you exposure. The reality is, what a lot of people don't know, no matter how you split down that contract, whether it's 20-80, 50-50, you know, 50-50 is a good deal. That's a good deal for a Jay-Z, Rihanna, right? You're going to have to pay back their advance money, okay? Now, a label situation makes sense if you're humongous. Say you're a Jay-Z. Say you're a billionaire. You could fund your whole thing, right? But a Universal, a Capitol, an RCA, they have connections in media, TV, radio, streaming all around the world, right? And then you can play with house money. They can give you the advance. They can say, here's $50 million. We're going to make sure that everybody knows on so-and-so date that Jay-Z has an album dropping, right? It works for someone like Jay-Z because guess what? He can take that $50 million advance. He can use house money. He can use the label's money. And ultimately, he knows he's going to get, you know, when Jay-Z drops, how much is he making? He's selling maybe, selling hard copy units nowadays is not easy, but he's going to sell on a first week, with pre-sales and everything, right? They got bundle packages. There's so many ways to manipulate the first week sales now, but he'll probably get, you know, what, 600,000 first week. He'll probably get 700,000 K. That is a humongous number, right? Times that by 10. Dollars an album, $12.99 an album, $15.99 an album. They're gonna make that money back. So it makes sense for bigger artists. It only makes sense for bigger artists. So I say all that to say, if you're an up and coming artist, please stop looking to get signed, even from smaller labels. They're not gonna help you. They're not gonna help you. At the end of the day, I'll work my way to this. I'm not gonna try to have this video be too crazy long. But if you have enough clout down the road in your career, look to sign a distribution deal. So they don't deal with advance money. They just deal with, what's up, my boy Bryant's the next one up. He signed to us. We looking to get him signed. But at the end of the day, they deal with distribution only, right? Come on, Pablo, man. We low key getting to that point. You know what I mean? So don't look for a label. Don't look for a label. Now, another thing that I wouldn't do, there is, and people going to see this, they're going to watch this later. They might hop on now. They might not like what I'm about to say. You don't have to shock market yourself, right? So there's this thing on TikTok. You see it on Instagram. It's trends, right? You're writing the trends. You're writing the hashtags, and you're manipulating the algorithm to bring traffic to your content. So you can put your song on these challenges. You can put your product, your clothes. It's a cross-marketing tool to just put your stuff out there. Your music, your clothes, your book, whatever you're trying to sell. That is corny. It's corny, you know? And this is just coming from me. You don't got to do that. You don't have to do that. Because ultimately, eyes on your product, right? Let's talk about that. Eyes on your product doesn't mean conversion into sales. Eyes on your product doesn't mean that adds to your organic following. That just means more people saw your stuff. And that's where I'm getting at. Organic following, you can never beat it. Everything you should be doing, your money, your time, your energy should be put into building an organic base based off of people that really like your stuff, right? So trends, all that, you don't got to do that, man. Spotify, manipulating the Spotify algorithm. My boy, come on, baby, come on. That works in a way. Okay, but it's the same thing with the shock marketing, with TikTok and with Instagram. You're going to get more eyes on your stuff, right? You're going to get more traffic to your stuff. But at the end of the day, that doesn't convert into money. That doesn't convert into followers. That doesn't convert into an organic base, okay? You get what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you could do that all day. What is riding the Spotify algorithm? You have Spotify Curation, which actually is a very good thing. Now, I will say that. Spotify Curation is pretty much you roll out your singles. You put up the ISRC code when you upload. Anybody that's uploaded music, you know this is simple. You put the ISRC code for the single. You use that as you upload the album, so you don't upload the song twice. And when the album drops, you get all of the Spotify streaming from those singles, right? Learned that not too long ago. Very, very, very good method of rolling out music, right? But now manipulating the Spotify algorithm is essentially, okay, I'm going to put out 18 singles a year, right? And this is the big thing with the media and digital age that we're in with music. People not putting out bodies of work no more, right? People are putting out singles and streams, right? But what they do is they put out so many singles and they'll do features, right? So they're gonna cross market their stuff with other people's songs and other people's albums, right? And they're going to hope to get it put on these Spotify playlists. They're going to be hoping to put on these Spotify playlists. And essentially there is payola in this, which means you can pay to get on a Spotify playlist, right? The problem with all that is, and I've seen people really work this. I've seen people get their streams up, make some money. I've also seen people, you know, get their name up a little bit. The only thing with that is you guys don't have to do that. Because I'll put it like this. You will get more money. You'll get more following, you get more people, you get more support, you get more long-term support with building an organic base, an organic following, people that just rock with you for you. And then now I'll get into that. What is that, right? So at the end of the day, this is what it comes down to. Either the music you make, people like it or they don't, right? And if you do got people that like it, okay, why do they like it? Where are they located, right? How do I get my music to these people? This is where I'm focusing in on, right? So if you're uploading music, and you have Spotify organic streams, you have a base of followers on your social media, that's the place where you start, right? What songs were the best songs that you put out? What videos were the best videos that you put out? Why did they like it? And you feed into that, you know, and at the end of the day, you can do that 1,000 ways, guys. I still believe full wholeheartedly, man. Come out your trunk with some stuff. I still believe wholeheartedly you could go to your DMs and you can just market and promote into people's direct messages. You get what I'm saying? Like, this is how you build up an organic following, right? Doing features is cool, you know, but at the end of the day, who is going to rock with you because of your music? That's what's going to keep you long in this thing. Now, when you do deals with distribution companies, when you do deals with publishing, marketing agencies, whoever we're talking about, you got to understand that at the end of the day, what they do for you, if it's not adding value to your base following, I've said this for years. I've been blessed to work with somebody that has a very huge base organic following, which shows to the favor that Brian has over the ministry, Twan, everybody. If it doesn't add to your base organic following, no matter how much they can get your song out there, no matter how much they can put your music in front of certain places, they can get you banner promotion on the front of certain music sites. They can get you on different streaming playlists. They can do that. They can do social media targeted marketing. But at the end of the day, if they listen once and never listen again, that doesn't add value to what you got going on. You hear what I'm saying? Like, I've seen Christian artists get put on secular playlists, and it's a big playlist. You got 500,000 followers. Cool, you'll boost your streams up. Remember, for Spotify, you get 0.001 cent on every stream. So you better be boosting your streams up a lot. You better be getting millions of streams, right? If that's your sole goal, is to make money. But they'll put you on these big Spotify streaming playlists, and if they listen to your song one time and never listen to it again, it has no value to your long-term base. It has no value, right? So what is the solution, right? If you're an artist, get it from the mud up. Get it from the ground up. Obviously, you need to have a good presentation, meaning you need to have a professional presentation. Don't have no super ghetto stuff coming out there. If not, just say you're doing it as a hobby. That's the very first thing. People are attracted to things that we see, right? And if you're presenting something that is just kind of like messy and ugly, then it's not going to help you, right? Make sure your album cover art is good. Make sure your videos are good. Put money and time to that first. Get your social medias up. Make sure the social medias are clean. You know, you just have some. It's just, you know, you're putting out nice stuff. You can put out regular things too, but at the end of the day, is the core of what you're doing. Does it have a certain value, right? Do that first, okay? I would go and take on events for free, right? Depending on who you're working with, you can pay to get on events, okay? We still do that sometimes. We've done that with some of your biggest artists, right? That you might know, follow now. They paid to get on the theme, and it was cool because it was whatever. We're trying. That's a blessing to someone else. That's not about money. You're not really even making that much money doing that. You can pay to get on tour. You can go ask somebody, can I be on your tour? I'll do it for free. Can I get a table? You know, start there. Bring merchandise, right? Start building up merchandise. Start getting stuff that is nice, something that represents you, another little side stream of revenue, okay? Small stuff. Start there. Now, when you start to make the music, and when you start to push out the music, and when you start to push out the visuals, and you start to go network, you go to these events, and you start to do them for free, you might get a little money. Then you start to realize, okay, cool, I got this type of following, okay? I've seen it just recently with somebody that I work with, right? Like, he's coming to certain events, he's not getting anything, but the value is pushing him into different spaces. He's getting inquiries now for other things. He's able to go out there, make a little money. He's able to go out there, rub some elbows with some people. Start that way. If you're consistent to that, this could be somebody that just does music part-time at this point. In a year or two, you're going to see if when you have a following, and you're going to see why they follow you, and then you build off that. I know a guy, a big Christian hip-hop artist. I won't put his name out there. To this day, let me put this in perspective for you. He had, I want to say, 60,000 following from Instagram. Hold on, I'm talking, Pooh. I'm talking. He had a 60,000 or 65,000. Stop. Following. What's up, sister? I got you. Stop. No, hold on, buddy. I'm talking. I love you. He had a 60,000 following on Instagram. Okay. It was under an old name, an old stage name that he had. Okay. He ended up erasing that. No, he didn't erase the profile. He turned it into like a organizational label name, right? If you know who I'm talking about, then you would know, because this is probably a few years back, maybe 4 or 5 actually. He ended up starting over with a new name, a brand new Instagram, right? If you have 60,000 followers organic on Instagram, you not giving that up. There will be people I'll see go to the grave with their fingernails deeply attached to that type of a following, right? I know, right? I don't want to put him out there like that. But he's a very good example of where I'm getting at with what I'm saying. Because a lot of you can already tell, like, bro, I don't want to do it that way, bro. I'm going to ride the algorithms on Spotify. I'm going to, manipulate streams. I'm going to do the shock marketing on TikTok. I'm going to do the trend challenges and all that. Okay. I'm going to go get into a bad split with a freaking distribution company, a label. Cool. You can do that. I'm just saying you shouldn't. And I've seen this 1,000 times over why you shouldn't do this. And anyone telling you that, just listen to this video, pray on it before you even go forward in this. But this brother that I'm talking about let go of a 60,000 following Instagram, right? He started completely over with his new stage name. This guy built his new page up, I think, to 20,000. And it took him maybe a year or two. This man now has an Instagram page of followers, 20,000 strong, that only followed because of him. He changed his name, and he did this. He was telling me this. He's like, bro, I just want to see who really is rocking with me, right? And this is a guy that obviously did everything that I said up to that point, right? He went out there and networked, rubbed his elbows, did free stuff, made good music, kept his brand professionally presentable, blah, blah, blah. Now he gets to this point where he has a following. And he literally started over a full Instagram. But this new Instagram is 20,000 strong of people that will really rock with him for really what he got going on. Okay, not rocking with him because you got, oh, you're popping, you got all this, you did a song with some dude that I know. Oh, I seen your banner promo on the front of Amazon. Like none of that. Like I just rock with you because I liked your music. Which is, if we're speaking about music, guys, you gotta cater to the people that like your music, not because of how you look cool, not because blah blah blah. Sidebar. There was a dude that gave me this game years ago. This guy worked with Biggie. This guy worked with Tupac. People that might watch this later that know we have common friends, they would know who I'm talking about. He's a producer. He gave me game. He said you got 3 types of followers and 3 types of supporters and fans. He said you got the organic, diehard, homegrown following, right? Grassroots following. He said you got the people that will mess with you by how well you present yourself. So if you look like you're popping, I'm going to give you my eye and my time. And then, you know, whatever, as much as you're presenting yourself away. And then you got the third group of people that will rock with you as much as you're popping, right? As much as you have, they see a little verified blue check. Oh, he must be cool. But guess who is going to give you more of a return on what you're putting into this out of those 3 groups of people? It's going to be the organic grassroots, right? So this brother, going back to the story I was saying, 20,000 strong. Amen, brother. And so when he drops an album, right, he's not over here trying to manipulate the Spotify streams, right? Which, again, if you do that, I'm not knocking you, man. I hope I'm giving some of you guys some advice. He doesn't have to do that, right? He doesn't have to do a feature with a big name guy. He doesn't have to do a trend. He doesn't have to do a challenge and sneak his product or his song in there, right? He just has to now promote to his following. And the ones that have shown him that they rock with him for him and they like what he's doing for his music, his presentation, his brand, right? This is what I'm getting at. Everybody around that way to do it ultimately is doing one thing. It's the fake it till you make it, right? I know the numbers on some of your biggest artists, okay? I know what they're really making, okay? Now, if you don't do this for a living, if you do this purely because you want to preach the gospel and you just have a talent to do that, praise the Lord. Like, do it for that. I would respect that more, to be completely honest. I know a couple of people like that, right? But if you're going to do it, right, it's only wise to do this in the way that you're going to be able to actually get something back from this, right? Whether it is your heavenly treasure, if it's you out there really just preaching the gospel, man, praise the Lord. But if you're doing it full time, you have a family, you feel really led. Like, this is the thing. You don't got to feel ashamed for your gifts and talents, right? You don't have to, be spiritually convicted about doing music and what it takes with that. If you know that this is a gift and calling that God placed in your heart, right? But if you're going to do it the right way. And honestly, I have seen your biggest artists. I know what they're making booking wise. I know the number, right? I know what they're making on their catalogs. I know what they're making on their splits with their album sales. I know all of that, guys. And majority of these people that I'm talking of, they're not you, right? They're bigger than the average person. They say there's probably 1 million independent artists. That's what I heard. If that's true, what you need? What happened to it? Oh my gosh, did it die? Oh my gosh, no. The iPad died, guys. You do music, sister? I didn't know you did music. Okay. I can get you some beats. We can get you some beats. You should have put that in your in your care plan for PDO. Come here. Stop. So now, how did you turn this off, man? I've seen the numbers, guys. So when you want to do all this other stuff to look like you're bigger than you are, you want to get on, you want to just put that one post that says, exactly, huh? You want to put that one, I got on this one chart, right? Get down. You want to put on, oh man, I won this award. Let me tell you something about awards too. From the Grammys to the Stellar Awards to the dang it, man, to the Dove Awards, and this is some of the Christian ones. You have to know somebody to even win these awards, guys. There's a Grammy community that is given votes, and to be considered for a Grammy, you have to get 2 votes. So before you're even nominated, you have to get 3 votes. Tell me that ain't politics, man. That ain't because your music is the best music. That ain't, man. What you talking about? Same thing with the Stellar. We're on the Dove Association. They might see this, somehow if it gets to them through the way, they're never gonna give Brian a Dove, Antoine a Dove. But the Dove, you know what the Dove Association is? You have to be a member. You have to pay $100 a year for God knows what. When the season comes around to submit your music, you have to submit your music, and it's not based on fan voting. It's based on who their community is voting in you as a nominee. You don't think that comes with strings attached? Again, this is politics. Politics. So okay, if you want to get that award, you want to get on TV, you want to get on a big streaming Spotify playlist that's not your playlist, that's not your fans and followings. You want to do whatever to look like it's one thing, but you're not making any money. You don't have any followers from this. You get what I'm saying? Like you're doing enough to stay active in that second, in that moment, in that time. It ain't helping you. So why would you not want to build your organic base? If I have 300 people, stick with me. The metrics show the truth. Because one of your biggest artists out there that you think is the most poppin', guarantee he's not moving that many units. And I've seen the numbers. Guarantee he's not. He's selling less than you think. Promise. But you want to be like them, right? But at the end of the day, if you give me 300 diehard supporters and I'm doing music and I release a project and they get my project for $10 each, and I have 300 people, do the math. Do the math. Do the math, man. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, as opposed to let me go through a label. They might give me advance money. I got to pay that advance money back. Most likely, the average selling artist on every major label. This is every major label. This is people you see on TV. This is people you see on radio. This is people, you know what the average album sales is per album per a big label? Per artist, it's 6,000 units. 6,000 units. If they gave you, let's say on a small end, they gave you $50,000 to $100,000 on marketing money, which that's a small number. Like most times they might give you a little more. From a big label, right? You have to pay every cent of that back, and you only sold 6,000 units at $10,000 each. Think about that. You're not making any money, okay? And then say you do in a year or maybe 6 months, you sell enough albums to pay back that advance money. Then you finally start making money. You're still splitting that with the label because that was in your deal, right? You split the deal, the royalties with the label, and the split's most likely going to be 10/90, 20/80, or 30/70. That's what that's going to be, right? So why would I even want to approach that to just look a certain way? And then most times, especially when you go into these label situations, if they're not believers, if they're not Christian, they will 1,010 trillion% make you adjust your approach in your music. 1,010%. That your music will not be yours. When you sign into a label deal, you are signing your likeness over to them when it comes to music, right? So they will approve what you can and can't do. You don't think some of these people that do these deals, I'm not going to name drop nobody, you don't think they've had to change the music around a little bit? Come on, man. And then now you got to do that. And now you're not making money. Now you're splitting all your stuff with these labels just to look like you're doing it. Come on. I'll take 300 people. I don't care if half of them is my parents. Sorry, family. 150 parents. I don't care if half that's my friends. Guys, that's what you should be working for. That's what you should be working for. What's up, Sean? What's up, Resume? What up, Javon? I work with all these brothers. That's what you should be like, dude. And you don't think you can do that? See, this is why everything's so manipulated. Like, I have to look like I'm doing something. Oh, my video got so-and-so. Like, you know, let me just give an example. For an independent, pretty much unknown person, you do a reel, right? You can make money off your reels now on Instagram. Say you get a video that's like 400,000 views. You get it in like a week. You know how much that translates to? That translates to like a couple $100, guys. You're not making money like that. So then now you have to do it over and over. I have to make sure Resume got a big TikTok following, right? You got to do it over and over and over and over, bro. And the payout don't make sense. So if I'm just looking at it like if I'm doing this for a living, why not build my organic base up? Why not I rock with people that really rock with me? Because this is the convo I had with my brother earlier. There is no situation that really truly benefits you from labels, from distribution deals, from manipulating Spotify streaming, you know, from doing trendy challenges and TikTok, all that. There is nothing that adds to your organic base. So why not you go out and get it? Let me go do events. Let me go rub elbows. Let me sell some CDs. Let people organically see me. Dame Dash said this all the time. And Dame Dash is super secular. Dame Dash isn't even a believer. I think Dame Dash is like Buddhist. But he said something that was so real. He said at the end of the day, he was like, I don't need to have these big labels with their money, with their hands all in my pockets with every single thing that I'm doing. I just need to make sure that I find my organic base and I'm direct consumer to product to consumer, right? That's like, if I can create my own product to consumer, you know, portals, I don't need to have these people trying to create ways for me. I can make my own ways, right? And then from there, you have to have a good product. And then from there, you do have to make sure that you're getting that to people. So in this case, music, you got to, but look at music, guys. 10 years ago, I wouldn't be telling you this. 10 years ago, I wouldn't be telling you this. But now, look at where everyone's going. Take the Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. I always play around like he's my dad. He had all the commercial outlets you would ever want, right? Amen, Pablo. Look at what's his name? Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. He had every outlet for how long? He had every major commercial outlet. He had TV, he had radio, he had movies, he had commercials, he had billboards, he had newspaper ads, magazine ads. He had the big commercial push, right? You know what his team said? His team said we need to translate into social media, right? And 10 years ago, you wouldn't say that. That would almost be like a step down. Like, oh, he's just going into social media. He's digressing. They pushed him into social media because guess what? Everybody has social media. And guess what? It's right here in their hands. And guess what? That phone's in your hand and you're on it 60% of your day, which is sad, but that's the truth, right? So I'm pushing this to you now. Why don't you go out there and network? Why don't you go out there and get direct product to consumer? Oh, good. It's at the door. And get mine too. Why don't you do that, right? And build from there. And you'll still make more money than some of these dudes. I promise you. I'm not going to name drop. I'm not going to put numbers out there like that. But you'll make more money than these dudes, man. And then look, money is secondary. Money has kingdom value, right? The Bible speaks to the value of money when it's according to kingdom purposes, right? But at the end of the day, there are things in monetary sense that affirms your calling, right? Like if I know, like I don't care what no one says, the kingdom, the body, the sons and daughters of God are not poor, right? They're not in poverty, right? So there is a such thing that you as a believer of Christ can be taken care of through the means that God is providing for you. And that don't mean you got to be super uber duper rich. For some people, it will actually be that, but it just means that, you know, I'm being supported, right? If you're not being supported, therefore, you're not being affirmed in your gift and calling. And for some of you guys out there, if you feel led and called to really do this, I'm not saying money will confirm whether or not you should be doing this, but I know 1,010% there's ways to do this the best that you can. And that's going to come back around to help you as an artist. And it will affirm you in your gifting and talent and calling. I've seen people just quit. I've seen people just give up. Because at the end of the day, they're just like, I can't do it no more, right? And I get that because you kept trying to do something a certain way. You just wanted it to look a certain way. Like, oh man, I curated my album and I got 500,000 streams. But really, okay, that's cool. But you know, 500,000 streams get you $500. You know that, right? 500,000 streams get you $500. They said it's out on the front. Did you look? Jordan, look, turn on the light. Because I don't want to get up there. I'm doing a live, boy. My son, he can't see sometimes. Go look somewhere. Go out there a little bit further. They might have dropped off my Uber in the wrong place, man. You got to love it. But, so that's my point. That's my point. You guys have any questions? That's ultimately where I'm getting at. I always pretend like he's my dad. I cannot see it now. Yeah, that's my dad. I said that's my dad. Come on, sis. Come on, do the singing rap thing, man. If you do it good, that sets you apart already because there's not too many girls out there doing rap and singing. What questions you got, man? Because I'm going to get off. I think they stole my Uber, man. I wanted to drop some nuggets. I had a really long conversation with one of the dudes I manage. And I was like, man, I got it, man. Because the thing that bothers me, I'll leave you with this. Don't let nobody come in to your situation and act like they can do for you more than you can do for yourself. I hate that. I never come out there and put this hat on for me like I did anything for Brian. I helped him with certain things and I still help him with certain things. But it was God's calling over his life and it was his hard work that essentially makes anything that I do work. You get what I'm saying? So for you guys, don't let no one come in here and make you feel like you need them. I'm gonna be funky with you. Before I even work with anybody, I'm gonna tell them like what I can't do for you. Like I can't just get you bookings, right? I can't just get you money. Like I'm gonna be honest because I don't want you thinking that. But some people really be like, they want that. Like, just, oh man, I could make it happen for you. You know, like, bro, no. You can do more for yourself than you think. People don't know that. And if you're not building for an organic following, it's not there, then it's not gonna help you in the long run. But hey, I love you guys. Put some questions. I can get with you guys later. I gotta find this Uber because these people lost my Uber. That's terrible. All right, later.